YouTube fan community, Elton John fans, random people on the internet. My name is Giggens, and we're here today to talk about Elton John's 1971 classic, Madman Across the Water. This is the version that came out a couple years ago now. It's the what they call the propeller style vinyl edition. 2016, cut at Abbey Road by Bob Ludwig, and it does sound fantastic. Unfortunately, these plastic sleeves aren't good for records over time, so it's going to go into something else, but this is a great album, hands down. It's one of the best things he's ever done. This was during his time where in England he wasn't selling super well. I think this album charted around like 41 or something in England. In America, his star was blowing up. This thing was a top 10 album at number 8. And after this, there was this continuous streak of hot records for him throughout the 70s. This was the 70s were Elton John's time, man. This album is fascinating because there's so many stories on this album. There's so many introspective moments. There's so many love songs. And there's also just moments of like reflection and looking forward or understanding where you are in the world. It's an album that travels throughout a lot of different places. And a lot of the songs are up to interpretation. Put it that way. Some of these songs either make zero sense or make all the sense you want it to make. Put it that way. Bernie Taupin and Elton John put out this album together. There's 9 songs in this thing. And it really is, for as different as each song is, a cohesive body of work. And many of these songs could have become radio standards, not just Tiny Dancer and Levon. It really showcases their talent and where they were going to go next. Although where they went next was a lot different than this record. This was kind of the last time, for a little while, that we saw a more, I don't want to say storyteller approach, but things changed after this one with Honky Chateau, and he got his touring band back in the studio with him, because on this one, the producer was like, nah, I'm not so sure about those guys. They did play on one track, though. They played on all the nasties, but this is a fascinating album. I feel like people either love this album or they don't talk about it, so let's talk about it. It opens up with Tiny Dancer, one of his most famous songs of all time. This song was massive, or was it? So we all know it as a massive classic song today. It only peaked at number 41 on the Hot 100 when it came out. So was it a classic when it came out, or did it become a classic? I mean, what do you say about this song? It's magic in a bottle. It's one of those things that you write, and as you're writing it, you're like, this is one of the greatest things I'll ever write. This is one of those moments that I will remember forever, because what I'm creating will be hard to top. It's a slice of pop perfection. It's instantly sing-alongable, which is a real word. Look it up. It's forever catchy. You are so involved and interested into what's going to happen next. You want the next words to come out. You want the next change to happen. You want that build-up. You want that drama. You want those dynamics. The piano playing is beautiful and happy and joyous, but kind of sweet at the same time. It's just a song that instantly says, listen. When you put this song on for the first time, you hear that piano intro, it's one of those things that you want to see where it goes. And not a lot of songs can do that, and especially going through several changes. I guess for as long as the song is, it's kind of on the longer side. It's just a beautiful track. And then Levon comes up next. And this is one of those ones that's like, what the hell is this song about? Some people think it's about Jesus. Some think it's about World War I. Some people think it's about mental illness. And some people think it's about growing up. Who knows? Maybe it's just about a guy named Levon and the day he had. Who knows? But the drums are punchy. Elton's voice is super locked in. It just jams out at the end. But this song, and this album in particular has so many excellent moments where the strings play a lead instrument. This is one of those songs where the strings are so integral. It's a humongous part of the production of this song and the vibe they're going for. And I really feel like they aid in the sort of giving this story a bit of sophistication, kind of what strings are, kind of what they are known for music, for pop music anyway. It's a cool song. I don't know what it's about, but it's a cool song. Razer Face comes up next, and I really dig this one. For me, this song is about an old guy not fitting in with what's happening. It's, there's a great song by Montreal, and the line goes, it's a song called "Old People in the Cemetery," but the line goes, "It must be hard to relate when the world of your youth totally evaporates." And that's kind of what I feel Razer Face is. Whoever Razer Face is, maybe once at some point was somebody famous or had a huge impression on the world somehow, or in the media or the entertainment industry, and is now at a point where it's like, how do I fit in? And then the younger crowd who admires Razorface is trying to get him involved or her involved with what's happening. And they don't know how to respond to that or accept it or feel. So this song is kind of just about confliction, I would say. It's a fun song with great hooks. You know, it's definitely one that you want to sing along with. And then you get Madman Across the Water, which finishes side one. And this is definitely a real moody, eerie track. And again, the strings play a really important part in that eeriness. Really cool to hear the song start off with acoustic guitars. Kind of slightly unusual for Elton at this period. But the piano playing that does jump in has sort of a staccato beat at first before just falling into a normal sort of rhythm. Maybe the song is about aging. Maybe the song is about being stuck in your head and how you think people perceive you. I don't know, but it chugs along. It's a slow burner of a song. And it's funny. I feel like people either love this song or hate this song. And I think it's really cool. I don't know if it's one of my favorites, but when you get to that Madman Across the Water, like that payoff is worth it. Side 2 opens up with Indian Sunset. And this is a really fascinating song, too. This is a song about longing for answers, searching, looking for peace, coming to grips with what's happening in your surroundings, and looking for truth and understanding pain. There's a lot of, again, conflicting emotions that go along with this song too. Elton's voice in this song is really cool because it can travel anywhere from being slightly gentle to just ripping, screaming raw. Really interesting track. Holiday Inn takes a complete 180 from the heaviness of Indian Sunset. And it's a cool little song about traveling, touring, hitting the road, hitting the stage, and what that's like. Background vocals on the song are soaring. There's a lot of great dramatic moments in the chorus. Very cool little song. Then you get Rotten Peaches, a song about getting through the hard parts of life where you are looking forward to the things that should be sweet, and you're met with sour. You're met with rotten. You're met with, how do I get through this? I thought it was going to be something else, and now it's not. You know, how that might go on for a while. I love the chorus on this song a lot. I think it's super cool. Again, one of the great things about Elton John is that, like, for as many things as he's written, he always knows how to find a hook or something that's going to stick in your head, which is fascinating because his piano playing is so intricate, and it's almost not rock and roll, but it totally is at the same time. Then you get all the nasties, and a lot of people think this song is about Elton John sort of saying that he was gay. And then a lot of people are like, well, Bernie wrote the lyrics, but maybe Bernie wrote about Elton John. I don't know if that's exactly the case with the song. I kind of see it as just overcoming adversity and just trying to be yourself, whether that's, you know, your sexuality or how you identify, whatever that might be. It's almost like you've got to put up a front or have a defense on at all times, just trying to be who you are and being comfortable in your surroundings and in your daily life. We all go through that. We all just want to be ourselves, and sometimes people rip on you, especially when you're growing up or going through school or whatever. People can be nasty. And I feel like that sentiment is expressed really well in this song, especially as the song fades out, the "Oh My Soul" kind of thing. It's just, you know, how do I just come to terms with what's inside and, you know, go through my normal day without thinking about how people perceive me all the time? How do I just listen to my heart? And the album ends with Goodbye, which is a nice little lonely piano ballad, you know, augmented by strings that kind of, the whole like wasting away kind of thing at the end, as it just kind of quietly disappears. But I love this album. It's deep. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to interpret, whether it's surface level or all you have to look deeper into something. It's an album that begs for repeated listens, and I feel offers something different every time I put it on. It's meant to be heard over and over again, and I don't feel like it's one of those albums that can ever really get tired, because you can interpret things differently whenever you hear it, depending on what you're going through in your life or what you're reading about or how it relates to the news or, you know, whatever might pop up. These lyrics can be slightly interchangeable, or maybe they're meant to be one thing, and Bernie and Elton have never told us what they are. either way, the album offers up a lot to digest and a lot to listen to and a lot to appreciate. The musicianship is top notch. Elton's singing is unbelievable, and lyrically, it's just poems the whole way through. So it really is a fantastic body of work and something to be super proud of. Easily a 9 out of 10 for me. This is an absolute classic. There isn't a bad song on it, and I love coming back to this thing and seeing what I pick up on each time I put it on. So there you go. Elton John, Madman Across the Waters, the picture disc, not picture disc, it's just regular vinyl, but here's the back cover, just like the original. And for those who haven't seen the album cover before, that's the album cover. That's what the original one looked like. So there you go, 9 out of 10. My name is Giggens. This has been Elton John, Madman Across the Water. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know about your comments about Elton in the comments below, in the description boxes below, whatever you want to call it, comments, whatever. And we'll talk about Elton and Madman. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.